Hey guys, how you doing? Sasha Chatman here, team leader of Chatman Realty Group and the CEO and owner of the Real Estate Tech Ninja. Now, today we're talking about homeowners insurance. Whether you're buying your first home or you have a home to sell, you need to make sure you have good insurance coverage. And I have a perfect expert for you guys. His name is Abel Joseph. He's helped me out many, many times. We're going to do a real quick interview and talk about who Abel is and how he can help you out when it's time for you to look for homeowners insurance. Let's go.
What's going on, Sasha? Thanks for having me.
Hey man, how you doing? It's good to have you on here. So real quick, guys, let me give you guys a little history of me and Abel. Okay, Abel and we met about 2, 3 years ago, I
hmm
guess. I think he just called me out the blue, and we just started talking from that point. We turned out that we're both anime nerds, right? He's a
That's right.
huge anime nerd,
That's
and
right.
so am I. And so he goes well with myself. Him and Palmer talk all the time about anime, comic books, you name it. And Able has been a godsend for my clients when they're looking to buy a home. I guarantee you there's people out here right now who have renters insurance and auto insurance. And when you go to buy a house, he's going to be able to help you get your auto insurance, your homeowner insurance cheaper than what you're paying right now because he did it for me. So, real quick, let's just talk about it, Abel. First, let's tell people your story. Abel, how did you get into the insurance business?
Yeah, man, that's a great question. Again, Sasha, thanks for having me. To tell you a little bit about how I got into the business, it's actually got into the business because I was looking for a sales position shortly after college, and
Hmm.
I knew that my whole life I had grown up trying to sell one thing or another, whether it was convincing my parents to let me do something, or convincing the group to choose the activity that I suggested.
Right,
And so
right.
I knew I always wanted to be in sales, but I always really loved helping people as well. That was really important to me. I started being interested in Goosehead because one of my cousins worked on the administrative side of things. She told me about the opportunity, and I applied. And then after I applied, I wasn't sure if this is what I was going to do with my life, if this is what I was going to make a career out of.
Right.
But once I started taking a look at my friends, my family, who they've had insurance policies, every one of them were extremely confident that there was going to be no way I was going to beat their policy, that they had the best policy ever. And they were right.
I kind of said the same thing.
And they were right in some senses, because there was no way I was going to beat their price. But whenever I look at the coverages that they had, they were basically just throwing money down. They were just throwing money away, flushing it down the toilet.
Asteroid insurance, right?
It didn't cover them for anything. Like, what was the point? And so seeing that helped me to be able to understand, yes, I am engaging my God-given talents and interests of being able to sell, but also being able to help people and make the world a better place.
Right.
Because of the access that I had to products, I'm able to find people a really good product at a really good price. And I'm able to help people understand why they need it as well. So that's how I got into the business, and I get to be able to help people every day, which is why I stay.
Okay. Awesome. So, what advice would you give a first-time home buyer right now who's looking to buy a house and they want to start shopping around homeowners insurance? What advice would you give them?
First thing I'd say is call me. Uh, no, but jokes aside, I think that the best
I would
advice
tell them that y'all need to call Abel. Seriously. Seriously.
the the jokes aside, I think that the most important things is just making sure you have the right type of policy.
Hmm.
A lot of times, people just look at the paper and they look at what the numbers are exactly, and then they look at the number at the bottom of the page, and oftentimes they don't know what they're looking at. And so, because of it, they just choose the page that has the lowest number on the bottom and go with it. Just like
I'm
my
gonna be honest
family.
with you, Abel. I honestly didn't. I don't understand insurance that well. That's not my cup of tea. And I put my trust in you. I said, listen, I want to make sure that everything is taken care of from X, Y, and Z. Build me a policy. And I really appreciated you doing that because it just wasn't my thing. It really was not my thing. And a lot of people are embarrassed to say that I don't understand this. I don't understand homeowners insurance. I don't
Yeah.
understand auto insurance as best as I possibly should.
hmm
But I'm at a point now, finally, of sound mind that I go get an expert like yourself to tell me hey, Sasha, you might want to do this. Like, I am the guy that gets every extra warranty when I buy a computer. I
Yep.
am the guy who will go get asteroid insurance, tidal wave insurance, and nowhere near the coast. I am that guy, and I will over insure myself.
Yep.
So I am very appreciative of what you have done for me and my clients.
Definitely.
So talk about that real quick. Let's talk about the person who gets too much insurance. What is too much insurance, and what that looks like?
Yeah. So to what I would say to that is there's no such thing as too much insurance because it's all about how comfortable are you. I'm going to
Sure.
explain exactly what it is that you're going to be covered for, exactly what you're not going to be. And if there are things that you'd like to add on, absolutely, I'll let you know. One of the questions I always ask is I want to make sure you and I are working towards the same objective because I want to understand you as the buyer. And so I'll ask you, is price the most important thing? Is it going to be coverage, or is it a little mix of both where it's best coverage for the least amount of money? Most
Right.
people answer with the third because most people want to make sure they're protected. And so I'm going to give you what the policy looks like. I'm going to give you my suggestions and then let you customize it according to what it is you want. So I'm going to explain everything and then let you build it how you want. And that's how we make sure that you're properly protected.
You know, I gotta admit, when you did that with me, it made a lot of. Let me just say this: the process that you used made a lot of light bulbs go off in my head. That I don't need all of this. I do want this, but
Mhm.
okay. You know, asteroid insurance. I'm jokingly saying that, guys, but I am that person. And Abel's laughing at me because he know I'm that person. Like,
Yes,
okay, I might not need that. Okay, that if that happens, we're in some biblical time issues. Okay, we're getting
that's
asteroid
right.
hitting in Texas. But that was very, very helpful. So I know the difference, but can you just explain the major difference in benefit when you're going through this process of using Goosehead? Because
Definitely.
that was a huge benefit for me in time saver.
Definitely. So, one of the things that's pretty common practice in the insurance industry is people will send you a quote. A lot of
Mhm.
times, clients are like, hey, can you send me a quote? Yes, I can send you a quote, but the real benefit isn't just that I can find you the cheapest policy. The real benefit is I'm looking to find the policy that fits for you. That's why I talk to you. That's why I understand your risk appetite. And based off of that, we build the policy together. A lot of times clients, they find out that I can either have a lower payment or keep the same payment, and I can have way better coverage, and that's what it is that they actually want. So it's really just understanding you as the client, figuring out what it is you want, and building what's best for you. So that's what we'll do whenever we chat.
Yep. So one thing that I noticed is this, um, and I noticed this when I went through the home buying process again myself, because it had been a minute since I bought a house, right? Is you get so preoccupied, guys, and this is real, you get so preoccupied with everything else that you're doing that you don't have time to stop and think, let me get really good and shop around for my homeowner's insurance, because there's so many things coming in your mind that's going to be hitting you, from let me make sure I got the right electricity. Let me get my
Oh,
utilities
yeah.
set up. Do I have a home warranty? Let me make sure
Hmm.
I'm locking in my rate the way it really should be. I
Hmm.
want to make sure my negotiations are going well. If they're putting on a roof or doing plumbing repair, whatever, there's so much coming at you. And then everything that the lender's asking for, and you're getting that stuff together, it's a lot. Now, the closing process can take typically about 20 days for my lenders. They take about 20 days to close. There's a lot we're asking you to do within that 20 days, even if you're doing it in 30 days, guys. So having someone like Abel on your side who can do the shopping for you is great, because I would have never found the insurance companies that he had. I would have went to the big names. I would look for Jake from State Farm. I would look for Flo and all that stuff. And that's not where the best rates were for me. And it wasn't where the best policies were for me. So give Abel a shot with this whole thing. So it's
Yeah.
very important.
And to touch on that a little bit, Sasha, it's not that the option that you went with is second rate by any means. The carriers that we talked about are all on that same level. They're
Yes.
all on that same level of standard, meaning it's financially backed and regulated by the government. And every one of those carriers are A rated as well. So there's carriers that spend money on commercials, and I mean, they got to make up their advertising money somewhere, and
Right, right.
unfortunately clients pay for it. But I mean, there's carriers that a lot of people haven't heard of. There's carriers that you may have heard of. And I just find the one that likes you the best and help you get set up with it.
Isn't that the truth? And I'm not, well, I can name drop a little bit. I've gone through Geico. I've done Allstate. I've done State Farm. I have never seen rates as low as you found me. Never. And I thought that I grilled people. This was funny. I actually thought that I was grilling people to get the best rate. And I was like, yeah, I won. I did that. Right? Oh my God. After you got me the rates that you got me, I'm sitting like, I didn't know what I was doing. I really didn't know what I was doing. I thought I did. And I thought I was winning. And that was probably what they call within the acceptable margin. Right.
Right.
And I was just like, okay, well, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So, all right. So, yeah. So, how can they reach you? What's the best way for them to reach out to you here?
Yeah, the best way to reach out is by checking out that link below. It has my email address and it has my phone number. The best way to reach me is through my phone. You can call me. You can text me. If I am not able to give you a call, I will give you a call right back. If I miss you, I'll give you a call right back. Leave me a voicemail. But typically what the process is going to look like is you're going to give me a call. We'll chat for about 10, 15 minutes just so I can understand what's important to you. So I can gather some information. And then we'll chat, and I'll give you another call. We'll chat. We'll take about another 20 minutes to actually set up the policy. So you'll be able to get it all done by the time your Netflix show is finished. But give me a call right there. You can shoot me an email as well.
All right, guys. You just heard it from Abel here. I am Sasha Chatman, Chatman Realty Group. If this is your first time on our YouTube channel, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Abel's information is going to be down below in the description and a link to his website as well. Also, if you want to have a conversation with Abel and I about buying your first home, there'll be a link down below for you to schedule with us or selling your home. Or if you just need whatever type of service, click on the link, schedule with us. We'll be more than happy to help you out. Good luck in this market. It's 2022. You have to be aggressive to get the house you want. All right?
Call Sasha. He's the best. I hear him do what he does.
All day, every day, baby. We'll take care of you. Peace.